Over the last decade, India has quietly built one of the largest aviation expansions in modern history. New airports, massive terminals, new airline orders, and the total exposure, tens of billions of dollars, bigger than the annual budgets of many Indian states. But here's the real question. Is this an economic masterstroke or a high-risk aviation gamble? Since 2014, India has invested 1 lakh crore rupees in airport infrastructure alone, runways, terminals, new greenfield airports. And when we add new aircraft orders by Indian airlines, Air India, Indigo, Akasa, and others, the long-term financial exposure crosses $100 billion when measured at list prices. This is not just infrastructure. This is a national strategic bet. Because aviation is not cheap, it is not quick, and the returns are not guaranteed. If the passengers come, the economy grows. If they don't, the debt stays. India today is the world's third largest aviation market. More than 17+ crore passengers fly every year, and domestic travel in India is growing faster than almost any major country. Cities that once took 18 hours by road are now 2 hours by flight. This changes business. This changes job markets. This changes tourism. This even changes how people dream. Now let's talk about the money, because this is where the word gamble really becomes serious. Since 2019, India has spent roughly 1 lakh crore rupees just on building and expanding airports, new terminals, runways, cargo facilities, and greenfield airports. And this is not the end. Over the next few years, another 80,000 to 1 lakh 50,000 crore rupees is already planned for future airport expansion. But the biggest exposure isn't even the airports, it's the aircraft. Indian airlines like Air India, Indigo, Akasa, and others have placed aircraft orders that at list value come to around $100 to $150 billion. Put together, this means India's aviation bet is larger than the annual GDP of Nepal and bigger than the yearly budgets of major Indian states like Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, or Maharashtra. This is not ordinary spending. This is nation-scale investment, executed with the expectation that India will keep flying more, consuming more, traveling more, and rising faster. Because aviation multiplies economic activity, a new airport does not just create flights, it creates hotels, logistics companies, real estate growth, tourism industries, business travel networks, local job ecosystems. Every 1 rupee spent on aviation infrastructure can create 3 rupees to 6 rupees of economic value over time. This is why countries like UAE, Singapore, Turkey, and Qatar built aviation first, and the economy followed. Airlines in India run on thin margins. Aviation fuel taxes are high. Maintenance facilities are limited, meaning aircraft must be serviced abroad, which drains foreign exchange. If passenger demand slows, if fuel prices rise, if airlines fail, then airports become monuments of debt, not engines of growth. This is the high wire act. There is no guaranteed payoff. The bet works only if economic growth keeps accelerating. For the common Indian, the change is already visible. Flights that once only the upper class used now have first-time flyers from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Visiting home, working across states, studying in new cities has become faster, cheaper, and more possible. The aviation push is not just about a rich man's travel luxury. It is about mobility, opportunity, and time saving. Something middle-class India values most. Big economic returns in aviation do not happen in 1 year, not in 5 years. This is a 15 to 25-year economic bet. If India continues to grow, urbanize, and increase disposable income, the aviation gamble can become one of the biggest economic multipliers in Indian history. But if growth slows, the system becomes heavy, expensive, and risky. So, what do you think? Is this bold nation building or a high-stakes gamble with taxpayer exposure? Will India's skies become the engine of a new economy, or will they become burdens of financial turbulence? The runway is built, the engines are on. Now, the future has to take off.